So, the first thing I want to talk about today is yesterday at Summer Game Fest, which completely came out of nowhere, first of all, is Resident Evil 9, which when they announced Resident Evil 9, I wanted to be so hyped and excited and pumped for it since it is the next mainline Resident Evil game and I love Resident Evil. And part of what I really wanted from a new Resident Evil was a legacy character. So, someone from the previous game coming back to play the main protagonist in the new game. And honestly, I don't care which legacy character it was. It could have been Jill, Chris, Leon, Claire. Oh, who else is there? Ashley. No, I don't want Wesker son. I take that back. um, but any of those guys is what I wanted from Resident Evil 9. Unfortunately, it's not a legacy character. Instead, it's a brand new character, which I forget her name, but it's a brand new character in the Resident Evil franchise, which is cool because she does look cool and she does have a direct connection to a previous Resident Evil character. So I like that. And I like how in the trailer we're going back to Raccoon City. Actually, let's test something because there's going to be a lot of tests in this. We are going to attempt to screen share window entire screen, maybe. Sure. Okay, hold on. This is going to be very confusing for me. So everyone just bear with me. Okay, so I think okay. So also if you hear me like tip tapping, I will try to be quiet when I tip tap so it's not overlapping. But okay, so I believe yeah. So you can all see what I'm typing. Again, I apologize for the tip tappy, but Resident Evil 9 trailer. So again, I like the new character. She looks cool and I like her vibe.
Sir.
Because I did not think in a million years Okay, hold on. Sorry. Again, there's gonna be a lot of tests today, but so here she is. Hair. It's also very funny because this right before this, because they showed this like at the very end of the Game Awards. Halfway through this, yeah, that's actually she looks a lot like Hannigan actually, now that I think about it. But like halfway through this, Capcom and like the people behind Resident Evil did like a little 30-year anniversary thing. And it was a bit of a like disappointing thing because they were like, happy 30 years, everybody. Um, and basically, we'll tell you more information on Resident Evil 9 later. So everybody was like, oh, like, that's cool that you're hair Resident Evil, but if you're hair, then at least show us something instead of just saying, like, we'll tell you more at the 30th anniversary. So it was a bit disappointing. And then when this trailer came out, as you can see through this, like, it starts off very non-Resident Evil. Like, you see her at a desk, you see FBI killing, so it's like, okay, and graphically it looks good, so it's like, is it just a new Resident not new Resident, is it just a new horror game? Is it just a new, like, new game? But then, this is the moment where people were like, "Oh my god, it's Resident Evil. They aren't leaving us with nothing." So, and like again, she looks cool. She actually looks a lot like Mia, not Mia, the your child in Resi 7 and 8, Rose, I think her name is. She looks a bit like Rose. I'm surprised they didn't go with Rose and instead a brand new character. But yeah, so you see her hair, she looks good. She looks like she'll be a good addition to the Resident Evil family. But because also in the trailer, they mention Ashcroft or Ashford. And hearing that, I knew it sounded familiar, but I went to Evil Within because I'm pretty sure like the main like psych building use is called like Ravencroft or Ashcroft, something like that. So again, I hear Croft in this, and I'm like, Evil Within? Question mark. So that already got me a bit excited because I want a new Evil Within game, even though I know it's never gonna happen. But so that was the first like little flag that got me excited. But then right, let's see if I can find it. Right here. Not here, actually, sorry. Because this is all just like abandoned city, and that's not very. This as well, again, I saw this, and mentally I'm like, that's the building from Evil Within. That's like the first building you enter. And again, I was getting hyped on the idea of it being Evil Within. But right here, Raccoon City Police Department. This right here was like, oh my god, guys, it's Resident Evil. We're going back to Raccoon City. So, and then it's just a couple more shots of the inside. Like, there's the statue from the police station. And then you get some, new things from the game. But yeah, Resident Evil Requiem. Oh, Resi 9. So again, I'm still very excited for Resident Evil 9. I love the idea that we're going back to the police department, back to Raccoon City. And also I like how we're going back to it like it's ruins basically. Like after the nuke went off in Resident Evil 2 and 3, and, like they haven't touched it since then. Like I like how in World Resident Evil they just left it as like a nuked ruin. So I like that we're going back to that and we're gonna be able to re-explore Raccoon City, but like a ruined version of it. I think that's really cool. So yeah. Um I still want a Lexi character because if we are going back to Raccoon City, I want, even if we don't play as them, I want a Lexi character to show up, whether that's Jill, Leon, Claire, any of them. I just want one of them to show up, please. But yeah, so that's really exciting. It looks cool. It's presenting some cool ideas, and the main protagonist, she looks fun and she looks cool. Um, Definitely looking forward to that. So, and then the next thing, following the hover vibe, is I want to show you guys something very specific that gets me very excited. So we got a trailer for Alien Earth, which basically it's a series, first of all, which is very cool. But I'm going to show you one specific clip from this that gets me really excited. Because, like, aside from the one clip I'm gonna show you, it looks great. Like, the production is like movie production. You see aliens in the trailer. I think the concept for this, you also in the beginning here see like the first synth, which is also really cool. Seeing like the very first synthetic in the alien universe. But the concept, I think, is we're in the future on Earth. A ship crashes with like five different species. I think one of them is, the alien xenomorph species. And it crashes as you see here. And then like the government investigates it and the aliens come loose and start killing people. I think that's the premise. I could be wrong, but I think that's the premise. And it looks cool. Like again, production looks insane. The aliens look cool and terrifying. The main people look fine and look fun, but let's see if I can find it. Sorry, I'm just gonna let it play and then I'll pause it because I don't remember where specifically it was. But yeah, so this looks really cool. I also find it wild how both Alien and Predator are like blowing up recently because we're getting this Alien TV show, plus we're getting a Predator movie. Plus, the people behind Predator has said that like they're down for an Alien versus Predator movie. Because in the Predator trailer, for example, you see a synth in that trailer. So they're already kind of building up a confrontation between them. Okay, I think it there it is. Okay, so I don't know what this is. And I don't know how dangerous it is or how violent it is, but I don't care. Because this thing looks so and he is amazing. He could probably, kill you viciously and violently because it's, the alien universe. But he looks so cute. And I love him. And I want to know what he is. Like, is he a part of the xenomorph animal kingdom, or is he just his own thing, a part of an entire separate alien kingdom. Like I want to learn Mo and I want to know Mo. So yeah. So this looks really good. And I'm really happy that Alien and Predator, both of them and both of their universes, are just blowing up recently. Especially as a sci-fi horror fan, I'm really looking forward to what we get from these two universes going forwards. So yeah, definitely check out the trailer if you're interested in Alien, because this definitely looks really good, and it looks like it's gonna really just explode just the world of Alien and like showing us what else is out there besides the xenomorph, like this thing. So yeah, so this looks really good. And then another thing I want to look at today is this. So, not that. That's just an ad. This. So, CD put out a tech demo for Witcher Foe. So, this isn't like a demo of the game. Oh, and like everything in this isn't guaranteed to show up in the game, but basically, this is just them. Like this, for example, is just a cinematic, so obviously it looks good. But this is basically just them being like, "Hey, this is what we're doing with the engine." And this is them showing us, a bit of the game and like, in-game models and that sort of thing, and just showing us what they're doing with the engine for this game. So, because of that, the game most likely isn't gonna look like as good as it looks in this tech demo, because it looks really good in this tech demo, which is fine because this is a presentation, because again, it's presenting and showing us what they can do with this new engine that they're making the game on. So it's not going to look as good as this, I guarantee you, but it's going to look really close. So this is again cinematic. But for example, if we go to actually let's let it play. So we also get a kind of a hint at a new monster in this trailer. You see it coming up now. Actually, it might not be a new monster, it's just something that's appeared before. But it looks good. It looks terrifying, and I cannot wait. And then here's Siri coming up. She definitely looks different, like compared to the announcement trailer that they revealed a while back. But she looks good. She looks really good, man. She also sounds good because her voice is a bit different, but she looks great. And so right here. So again, beautiful. Like the rocks, the snow, the dirt, the environment. The fact also her swords aren't clipping into her like cloak. That's very impressive because that's typically what you see in these types of games. And it's just, like typically when you have like AC shadows, for example, um, if you like put on a different set of armor, you'll have your weapons like go through the armor because like they didn't make the armor and the swords like two different things like that. But here the swords aren't clipping through, which it's small. It's a very small detail, but it's very impressive. Great. In this trailer, they mentioned Gwent. And I know when they did mention Gwent, I got vivid flashbacks to Gwent in Witcher 3 because I hate Gwent in Witcher 3 because but yeah, like this looks great, man. Graphic again, it's not going to look this good graphically, I assume, when the game releases. But seeing it now and seeing what they're capable of, we just have to hope because that's the one thing I feel like with this. Witcher 3, it's great now. Actually, I'll just let this play while I talk. So, Witcher 3, when it first came out, was bad in terms of it was glitchy, crashy, and just very broken on release. It got fixed eventually, but on release, it was very much just like broken. Then Cyberpunk came out, and again, it was glitchy, it was buggy, and it was just overall broken on release. Also, apologies for the Witcher foe skipping. I'm just gonna pause it here, and we're gonna take that off. So, hopefully, because it's a new engine, and because of what they're showing here for the tech demo, I'm hoping and praying that the release of Witcher foe is not as bad as the release of Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, because again, both of those releases were just broken on release. And they did get fixed, but they were very broken on release. So that's my only concern. Because everything else looks great, like the physics in the trailer, like in the tech demo. It looks good. Siri looks good. The environment looks good. The host looks good. It's gonna be interesting to see like more fast-paced like action moments and her actually fighting something and like using her magic and her Witcher magic. That's gonna be interesting because obviously the tech demo it's very calm because she's just like walking through town and walking through the environment and there's nothing really high octane action going on. So that's gonna be interesting. But this looks very good, and I cannot wait for Witcher 4 to come out. But yeah, so I wanted to just mention Witcher because I love Witcher. But then the last thing I wanted to talk about today is Doom: The Dark Ages. So it's going to be kind of a review of it. Sorry, I was pausing to make sure you didn't hear my drinking of the water. But yeah, so Doom: The Dark Ages. It's gonna be kind of like a review. I'm gonna have spoilers and that sort of thing. And I'm also gonna compare it to Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 and kind of like compare like rank them kind of. So first and foremost, Doom: The Dark Ages. The combat is very fun. 'Cause it's Doom combat, so, like, killing demons, brutalizing demons, it's all very fun, and they don't have, like, the executions like they had in Doom Eternal, and 2016. They do, it's just very it's kind of hidden compared to those games. Like, it's not like they're flashing and then you get the glowy kill execution. It's more like they're flashing and you have like a quick execution. And then the glowy kill is kind of like a hidden thing you kind of have to set up, which I think is fine. The shield is fun and it has like different modes, so you can kind of modify it the way you want. Because there's basically when you parry, there's 4 different things that can happen, and you select which one you want to happen. One of them is a shockwave, another activates a turret on your back, another one stuns the demons, and then the fourth one shoots like magic spears at the demons. So that's cool. Kind of making the shield unique for your playstyle. Guns are also fun. You have the shotgun, plasma gun, automatic shotgun. I'm forgetting the rest of them. Sorry. Grenade launcher and rocket launcher. And then you have a couple others, but they're all fun and unique and just, fun to kill the demons with. Um, The medieval setting, because I know that was kind of a shift for Doom the Dark Ages, was presenting players with the medieval setting. I think it fits very well. Like, you have the flail, you have the shield, you have the guns. Um, and yeah, and it's just a very fun setting for Doom Guy. Plus, you have the mechs that you can drive around and kill demons with. Plus, you have a dragon you can ride around with and, like, use in some missions. So that's all very cool. And it honestly fits Doom Guy extremely well. They also shifted up the upgrade system. So in previous Doom games, it was basically as you went through an environment, you got upgrade tokens that you used to upgrade your weapons with. In this one, it's basically gold that you find, and it acts as a currency that you use to upgrade your guns, which is fine. I do think it's a bit less unique than previous games and like getting the upgrade tokens as you move through the arenas, but it's fine. Like, it fits the medieval setting, so it works. I am also going to just do that since we're not talking about Witcher anymore. So, yeah. So the gold setting works for Doom Dark Ages. The story itself as well, because it's basically a demon is trying to get power to rule the world, and you are in his way and trying to stop him from doing said thing. It works. Like, it's not as grand as Eternal, where hell on earth fighting the icon of sin at the very end. Like, that was very grand and very cool. So this one is a bit smaller scale, but again, it works for the medieval setting. Um, what else is there? Um, yeah, I think that's it. Like, the story, the combat. Oh, and then a big thing for it as well. Doom Guy speaks, which is a big deal because he never spoke in Doom 2016. He never spoke in Doom Eternal. But in this one, it's only one word that he speaks in Dark Ages, but that one word speaks volumes for Doom Guy in Doom the Dark Ages. Because I remember the word is run. Because basically, one of the people that you are like is an ally for you. He's at gunpoint for the main demon, and Doom Guy shows up in a mech suit, aims his big gun at the demon, and just tells his ally to run. And then the ally runs, and Doom Guy shoots the demon with his mech cannon. But just when he said run, I was like, my boy finally spoke. And it was so good. So that was cool. Um, and yeah, the story is fun, combat's fun and fluid, and very good. Um, what what else was there? I think there was a third thing, but I'm forgetting what the third. Oh, it also has the collectibles from previous Doom games, so you can find like little Funko Pops and like figures of different demons and yourself throughout the game, which is cool because they had it in previous Doom games. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to remember what the third upgrade thing was in Doom because it was your guns, your shield, oh, and then your melee weapons. Because basically you had three melee weapons: your fists, a flail, and like a one-shot like hammer thing, and you could upgrade them if you wanted to. Also, it does have like semi-open world areas. Like it's not open world, but basically some of the levels opens up a lot more compared to other levels where they're more linear. So that's cool. And it's fun to like run around those areas killing demons and finding collectibles. I will say though, I think overall though, it is fun and it is enjoyable. Like they did good. ID did do good with Doom Dark Ages. And I would give it like an 8 out of 10. But this is what I'm going to compare it to the previous two. So, in my opinion, Doom Eternal is like the best Doom game, both premise wise, because it's like hell on earth, but then also like gameplay and mechanic wise. It's very arcadey and it gives you a lot of different tools to like run around and kill demons with because you have your guns, but then you have a grenade launcher, a ice grenade launcher, a sword that like cuts through demons with, chainsaw, and then you also have like dashing, which like I know dashing isn't really like a weapon, but when playing Doom the Dark Ages and not having the dashing, it felt very absent, and I missed the dashing from Doom Eternal. So yeah, so I plus in Eternal, you could upgrade your suit so you could give yourself a lot of passive stuff, so like moving faster, finding collectibles, um, and like passive stuff like that. Plus, you could add a mod to your suit, so like glory kills faster or like activating glory kills from further away. Plus, you had a blood punch, which was an entire separate mechanic that you could upgrade and like mess around with. So it gave you a lot of stuff compared to Doom the Dark Ages, where again you kind of just had your guns and your melee weapon and then your shield. But then that's kind of it. So I do think, Eternal is the best one out of all of them because it has a lot more tools to play with and the premise is a lot bigger. So that's at the very top, tippity top. Then I would put Doom the Dark Ages because I think, like, thinking about Doom 2016, for example, I think Doom 2016 is a bit better, but if I were to choose which one to go back and play like now, I would play Doom the Dark Ages before 2016 because it is smoother, it's a lot more fluid, and it does have a couple more things than Doom 2016. So I put Dark Ages at second place, and then 2016, unfortunately, at the bottom. But it's still good. So yeah, so I do think Doom the Dark Ages it's very good and it's worth playing if you're a fan of like, Doom games and the new trilogy. But I don't think it's as good as Doom Eternal. And honestly, I think it's gonna be a long time before we get something on Eternal's level within the Doom, like, franchise. I think they peaked with Doom Eternal, and it's gonna be a long time until we get something on par or better than Doom Eternal. So, yeah, it's still worth playing though. Like, it's a fun game, and it's a fun Doom game. Um, so yeah, I'm really curious what they're gonna do for the future campaign DLC because we are getting a future campaign DLC for it, and I'm really curious what they're gonna do for that. But yeah, so I think that is all the topics I wanted to talk about today. Check us out on Instagram. Every Monday, we do new comics releasing this week. And then Tuesday, we highlight different variant covers for the comics releasing that week. Basically, like my favorite variant covers for that week. And and then we also just put out posts and stories highlighting new movie trailers, updates on games. So like I know a consistent story thing, like a consistent thing we put on the story is what new skins Marvel Rivals are releasing that week. So things like that. So video game trailers, movie trailers, updates in those spaces, that sort of thing. So check us out there at Fans Discussing Fandoms. And yeah,